Hello, and welcome to Nosy Bystanders Live. I'm your host, Chief Nosy Bystander. And so let's get back into part two of this interview. Okay. So before we begin, make sure you download our network on Roku. Now, I understand that we are quite salacious over here, but we're we could be potentially moving the entire show to Roku, and you don't want to miss that. So make sure you download us. If not, and you don't have a Roku device, don't worry. They gave us a website. The link is in the bio below nosybystandards.uscreen.io. You can watch us there. So please stay tuned to what's all that's doing. Okay. Also buy our merch. It supports Black media. We are a Black media company, even though sometimes we pretend we're not. We are a media company, so we try to have a little bit of decorum over here. The second thing that I want to state is that the video we did on Brianna LaTruth. Let's talk about Brianna LaTruth before we get into this video. So we did a video on Brianna LaTruth's live stream. She did on TikTok with her friend in the background talking all her mess. Is it condoning that behavior? That video is trending upwards on Facebook. So I guess y'all are just really interested in watching the playback in the comments. If you didn't notice, Mr. LaTruth was all in the comment sections not defending his wife. I want to make that clear. Mr. LaTruth saw that video because I made that message directly toward him. And Mrs. LaTruth was nowhere. Mrs. LaTruth's the defense of her, was nowhere to be found. Sorry, that was a little bit of rice. So, like, I'm eating my pork belly. So a little bit of rice that came out of my mouth. Okay, so he was nowhere to defend her. Interesting. Now remember, we are playing with a different set of people. Okay, we're not dealing with your regular mom and pop TikTokers, YouTubers, Facebookers, or Instagrammers. We're dealing with a whole breed of people who literally, like, their whole life is social media. So they know what they're doing. So Mr. LaTruth, you gonna get this message. I know you gonna watch. Shout out to you. Take my advice, okay? I know for a fact that you love Brianna because of the way that you fight tooth and nail to keep that marriage together. But my thing is, based off of her actions for the last couple of weeks, I just know she's ready for all of that. Okay. To Mrs. LaTruth, good luck, sister. Okay, let's see who's all in the building. Make sure you smash that like button on your way in. Don't be ignorant. For the person in the comments on that Facebook video who says that I didn't pronounce ignorant right, it's literally AAVE, and I understand that you are not a person of color, so you're not going to understand that. But this message is to you, Miss Ma'am. Ignorant is proper English in the Black community. What's up, Callie? What's up, Kamiko? What's up, She Snow? What's up, Adrian? What's up, Stephanie? What's up, Sean? What's up, Nikki? What's up, Sweet Trade Star? What's up, Shamika? What's up, that girl Chris? What's up, Lollipop? What's up, Goddess Ladybug? What's up, Chocolate Babe? What's up, Ro? What's up, RV? R Virgil, I'm sorry. Hello, Natalie. Hello, Veronica. Hello, is it Joshi? Hello, Joshi. Not you saying you gonna break the blinds to be nosy, honey child. Okay. Hello, Di. Hello, Desiree. Hello, Unicorns and Dimples. Hello, Sweet Trade Star. Hello, Ruth. Hello, Shan. Hello, NYC Wandy. Says Steph is 801. I'm on time. Okay, I was eating that pork belly. What's up, Kamiko? What's up, Ro Thomas? What's up, KR? What's up, Goddess Ladybug? What's up, Socialite Simone? Hello, Pia. Hello, BB. Hello, Kenny. Never seen you before in the building. What's up, Kenny Rose? Says, wow, this is my first live chat. Hi, everyone. Oh, okay. Hello. Welcome in. What's up, Boss Bomb? Hello, Suli. Hello, Brenda. Hello, T. Allison. Hello, Charity. What's up, E. Ortiz? How you doing today? What's up, Yada? Yada say, yo. What's up, Yada? Hello, AC. What's up, Wink Badu? What's up, Lady T? What's up, April? Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Hello, Cami. Hello, Rashida. Hello, Journey. Hello, Vanessa. Hello, Marsha. Hello, Quima. And everyone else, if I forgot you, Bria and the One and Ruth and Queen Shell and Tamiri, And is it Worthy One? Hello, Worthy One. Hello, Lux Beauty. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And hello, Deja. Okay, so I wanted to get into this video. My camera's flipped. This video, because I wanted to discuss the rest of Tasha K's interview. I know it's not going to be like super salacious. I know most of you probably have already watched the full thing all the way through, but I didn't finish watching it. But I want to watch it. I want to see what else Tasha K has to say. We're actually putting out a docu-series on Tasha K on the Roku network. Again, you can download us on Roku, Nosy Bystanders TV, or you can go to the link in the bio. We're publishing that docu-series, you guys, on Tasha K on, here, I'll pull up the date for you, on November 21st. It's called The Rise and Fall of Tasha K. And it's being published by the Nosy Bystanders. So I want y'all to tune in and watch that. It's going to be a really incredible episode. We're going to take a deep dive into where Tasha K's from, how she got her rise in stardom, and where she dropped her crown. We're going to be discussing that. So we're putting together a docu-series on Tasha K called The Rise and Fall of Tasha K. I mean, very interesting. Of a lot of you, and I already know a lot of you already know the story behind Tasha K, but this is for the people who don't know her and why her fall from grace is really pivotal for bloggers. Incredibly pivotal for bloggers. So November 21st, I'll put it up on the screen so you guys have it. So this is it. November 21st, Nosy Bystander TV on Roku. We're going to be discussing the details. Me and my partner, Double D Mother, we're going to go in and we're going to break down Tasha K. For everybody who's new to the Tasha K saga, we're going to break it down for you bit by bit. We're going to tell you where she started and where she ended up. Okay, so let's get into this video. Okay.
I'm trying to be very, upfront about how I operate with the people in the community, how I help people, um, and having a nigga that is the exact opposite, playing with my name, just feel like the ultimate disrespect. In addition to stealing from me, so like
So was it the comments that bothered you, or was
it
it
was
what
the
he
whole,
said?
it was the whole situation. It was the fact that he was obviously going out on his like little victory lap, and in addition to that, I'm now having like his people that's hearing and reading the news now coming in and doing exactly what you had in your comments. I mean, I saw your shit. Everybody got an opinion. Go pay up. Shut the fuck up. You know better. You still in people business. Like motherfuckers that don't know shit about nothing, but now they got so much energy towards your loss, right? What they deem as a loss in your position. And that was like one of the things I was like, I identify, as I watch you, I'm like, I identify with you a lot just because I know we kind of dealing with some shit similar, like going through a legal proceeding. Like yours is a little bit different, context wise.
Mine was strictly marketing.
Yeah, you said yours is marketing,
Marketing.
Brand building for sure, because everybody know who you are for goddamn sure
Exactly.
now.
Exactly. So like you gotta understand, like people pay millions of dollars to get this type of coverage. I don't pay, well, I pay legal fees for it. But as far as having to go on with this PR firm, because there's been a lot of talk since I was like at 200,000 followers. I had, networks and companies, heavily interested. We didn't go that, we didn't sign any of those proposals or whatever, but like, PR is something that people need. And not that I went after her for PR or whatever. I do my stories the same way that I do my stories for everybody across the board. As you can see, I'm very, very fair. So just because you're this person doesn't mean, you know what I'm saying, your shit ain't off, off the hook.
Did she really try? Did she really try to tell us? I'm going to just try to keep this somber. Did she really try to gaslight us and tell us that she went after Tasha K? She went after Cardi B for PR? And D for delusion. Yes. And so you're telling me that you spent $4 million for PR? Probably be the biggest waste of PR I've ever heard. Simone, if you believe that, which I don't think any of you in the building, because you guys are pretty smart and you're pretty fair and you're pretty balanced, like Fox News, right? Smart, fair, and balanced. You know that this is not real, right? I just want to make sure that's abundantly clear. I want to make sure that my audience knows that. Like, I want to make sure you guys know that what she's saying is not real. That statement is surrounded in delusion. Nobody pays $4 million for PR. You want PR? Go get a billboard, Tasha K. You want PR? Go pay for ad space on Facebook. You want PR? Buy ad space on XM satellite radio. Attacking someone for a fake STI is the worst way to promote yourself that I have ever seen. And you have to think that we are all a bunch of lunatics to believe that. You're gonna have to try a little bit harder with us, Tasha, because I don't believe that. I don't believe that for a second. I don't believe that for a second. I don't believe that for a second. Okay, not 1 second. Let's get who raised her child. Child. She know. So she admitted clout chasing, essentially, right? Like I paid $4 million to chase clout. Let's get back into the interview.
But once it started to garner legs, I was just like, well, shit, this is PR here. Like, and that's what I look at it as, PR. There's nowhere I can't go anywhere now, you know what I'm saying? Or just deals, coming in that, don't get thrown our way. Nobody's worried about, oh, you have a lawsuit, like, at all.
Let me ask you a couple questions, just business wise. Like,
she's allegedly. I mean, clear that up. Allegedly, I feel as though that is cap. Because if Tasha K had brand deals rolling in the dough, because she got sued by the Dominican princess, wild. If she doesn't think that Cardi B's reach is far and wide, where Cardi B will stop your bag, she is buck wild. Cardi B will do that. And she has the pull to do that. If Cardi B says, I'm going to do an interview on XM satellite radio, I don't want you doing no business with Tasha K, they're not going to do business with Tasha K. And that's just for a 10-minute interview. If Cardi B so wanted to. If she so wanted to, she could do that. I know not that I can prove, but how I feel allegedly for a fact that I feel like Cardi B has been the biggest financial roadblock to Tasha K in the history of all of Tasha K's financial dealings of her life. If Tasha K is still getting brand deals, prove it. Because I don't see anybody touching Tasha K with a 40-foot pole. And it's not because they don't want to, but it's because they're like, well, we got business with Cardi B. We're not going to do business with Tasha K. They're not going to mess up that for that. Be for real. Let me get some of your comments. Veronica says, she's right. We not worried about her lawsuit. We ain't paying, child. Lord guide her. She lying allegedly. She's allegedly. Come on, y'all. I know we gotta keep it legal over here. Allegedly. I just feel like that's not the truth. Can I prove it? No. But based off of the circumstantial evidence surrounding Tasha K, I have to put my bet on she's not being truthful. This is from NYC. Wandy says, nah, her lies are comedy. I'm sorry. Her lack of self-awareness makes me embarrassed for her. Yeah. Part 2. Yeah. Let's hit play.
What's up?
you built up a big ass platform, million plus
Yes.
subscribers on YouTube. You have also your own network, right?
Yeah.
Um, with having your own network, have you ever thought about like doing anything with distribution or like doing anything where,
All that's coming.
yeah,
We got some really, really big things like in the works right now that I don't like to talk about it till it's out.
sure,
You know what I'm saying? But um it's been a goal of like hours for years. It was the goal before I ever wanted to become or get in talk or whatever.
hmm
So um and we just one day at a time just trying to, you know, but it's being leveraged. If
Yeah, she's going to be evasive for a reason. That was too evasive for me. If you said, Steph, do you have any good big brand deals coming up? I'd be like, heck yeah, I do. And I'd be over enthusiastic about them. Her, I'm not a language expert, a body language expert, but her somber tone doesn't sound like, you understand what I mean? It doesn't sound like, I don't know if a media company is going to touch her. I just don't know about that. I just don't see that. You know what I mean? She looks like a financial liability because Tasha K is not going to get in a deal with a media company unless she can leverage that $4 million debt. Like, hey, I'll be more than happy to bring my Tasha K Live onto your network, but you got to pay this $4 billion bill for me. A lot of media companies are like, what's that going to make us? That's not going to make us nothing. Yeah, you get your bill paid and you get to be on a national stage, but what do we get out of it? You understand what I mean? So she is trying to, you see where she says, I'm trying to leverage it because that's how it works. If someone were to come to me and be like, Steph, I want to host the Nosy Bystanders network on a bigger network, I would leverage my debts for that. Of course, that's what all business people do. You leverage your debts. I don't have a lot of debt because we're a tiny media company. So all of our debts are within reason, right? But if we don't have a $4 million debt, so I don't have to worry about, ooh, how am I going to get them to pay this $4 million debt and leverage that in order to host my network? I don't got that issue. She does. Or if not, she's going to leverage her debt. She's at least going to try to get a big signing bonus to cover most of her debt. So she's in a world of hurt. Let me get some of your comments. What's up, Perfectly Me says, hey, everyone. Ayada said, that's what I was wondering. This is from T. Allison says, I don't want to talk, so I'm just going to manifest this quietly. Missy says, what a fool wants to take on that debt? Not a lot of people. Is that she made an app and no one followed her. Now, I do pay for Tasha K Live's app. I don't know. I'm not going to say people don't follow her. I don't want to say that because when I was watching one of her live streams, I only paid for 1 month. When I was watching one of her live streams in the Tasha K Live was like a Friday, like FRE Friday is what she calls it. What did she say? She said, no, what she I don't she had a lot of people in there. So I don't want to say that she doesn't have people in there. She definitely has people who subscribe to her app. It was a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot. But again, it's her. I don't know. I can't remember. I wish I had took a screenshot of it. Actually, you know what? Do y'all got a second? I actually can pull it up. Let me pull it up because we streamed it here on one day. We streamed her episode. Hold on. Let me go to her. Let me go to that episode, see if I can find it. Hold on 1 second, y'all. When was it? Oh, here it is. We watched it live on here on where is it? Oh, here it is. I got it. I found it. Let me see. Oh. She only had 360 people in her live. So here it is. I was chewing on something. We were watching her. I paid for the 1 month because I wanted to watch her interview with Bishop Whitehead, and she had we had the live chat going. There's in the live chat, it shows you there was only 365 people in this live stream. So let's say on average, she probably has about, I don't know how many subscribers she has, but she probably has more subscribers on YouTube than she does on her network. Does that make sense? Okay. Let's get back into the video.
That's what you're asking.
Right.
It's being leveraged.
If you were like, if you could tell me what's a like content schedule like for you? Are you recording every day?
I record like the news. Whenever there's a story.
Whenever you got
Whenever I got a
breaking
story,
news.
breaking news. The difference is I don't go chasing it. You see what I'm saying? You know, news vans are always out chasing it. They at the schools, you know, they at the airports, they wherever they can to get news. But whenever something's breaking, I do it. You know what I'm saying?
How much research do you do before you decide to actually air the story?
Man, I was thinking about doing vlogs to show like just
dope.
prep work.
That'd be dope.
But I was like, I don't.
Let's be for real. Ain't a whole lot. She reminds me of Gabby Hanna. Like, it's you, girl. It's you. I miss the old Gabby Hanna days. Those days were wild. How much research does she do into a story? I don't know. She really fumbled the bag on that Megan Thee Stallion story when she said that Megan Thee Stallion trashed what's his name? Tiana Taylor's house that she was renting. Turns out it was the wrong house. I don't know how much research goes into that. Let's just hit play.
I don't want to let people too much into my space because it's a very sacred space. I'm still a creator at the end of the day,
right?
You know what I'm saying? And not everything is for everybody. You know,
that'd be cool as hell to get like a flow of like, oh shit, some news just came in. How do you verify if the shit's legitimate? Like that whole process is.
I thought about that, but you know, we got all the receipts to back it up in our portal with our lawyers. So if it ever gets to that, like people are like, how'd you know? Like the other night with the Megan story, phone calls being made. How she know about the 80 goddamn thousand?
Cat. I don't understand why these bloggers think that having an attorney is a flood. It's not. We have an attorney. Thank God we never have to use them. It's not a flex. I don't ever want to call my attorney. I don't know what they don't get about that part. Like, listen, you pay a retainer to your attorney, you want to keep that retainer to the end of the calendar year. So when they send you that invoice saying, hey, we barely touched your retainer, that's what I want to see. It's not a flex having to call your attorney at all. It's terrible. I had to text my attorney today for something, and I had to swallow a giant nugget because she didn't reply back to me yet. I know her just reading that text message is going to cost me $25. Do you not know that? That her reading that text, literally reading that text message and replying to it is going to cost me $25. It's not a flex burning through a retainer. I don't know. I want to just keep it, you know, as somebody in media, even though I'm tiny and micro compared to Tasha K, I'm telling you guys right now, when you get your ducks in a row, you don't want to spend your money. You want to just toe the line, but not cross it. Okay. You want to toe the line and not cross it. You don't want to get into the realm of like, ooh, I'm burning through my, $4, $5, $6, $7, $8,000 retainer. You don't want that. You know what I mean? Because it's like, it's not good. Okay. It's not good. It's not good. This from Desiree says she has 1.2 million subscribers on YouTube and got 300 in her live. That was her live on her network, not on YouTube. She can garner about 2,000 to 3,000 people in her live streams on average here on YouTube. This from S. Rob says she laughs for no reason. It's crazy. you can't prove a lie, so you can't say she lies, but she's telling a lot of misnomers, let's say that, right? So we're going to use political talk when we talk about that, because lies can't be proven. You can't prove a lie, but she does make a lot of misnomers, and misnomers we can say, okay? April says it's over for her at this point. Child, allegedly.
Don't worry about it. Did you deny it? Exactly. So, yeah, like, I mean, I thought about that, but it'll just take a lot of unnecessary time because it's not a audience big enough that wants to know the prep work. You see what I'm saying? And for me, I got to be able to leverage it and make money, and it's got to make sense. So I try to do things that make sense. So, yeah.
What lessons did you learn from your legal proceeding? Anything?
I journal a lot. Let me go back. So, lesson number 1, ego, right? There was a lot of things that made the verdict go that way, but it had nothing to do with the evidence, right? It had everything to do with the way I responded. So you know how you'll see people in the comments or whatever early on, and you know what I'm saying? I went through postpartum really bad after I had my son, because being over 35, I'm 38 years old, having a damn baby, thyroid problems. So a lot of things that were necessarily, I thought at the time, were big, wasn't big. And so I would get online and I would fucking lay in, right? Like, fuck this, da 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 da. But it had nothing to do with the case. And so, like, with juries make decisions based off of who they feel that you are, right?
Right.
And so
now let me put my political science hat on for you. That is not true. That is not true. Juries do, even though they are made up of your peers, right? It's a jury of your peers. They do not, and they are literally sequestered to not make their judgments based off of how they feel. It's happened a number of times in cases, and that's why a lot of cases get overturned. But juries are sequestered to only go based off the evidence. So she's trying to make it sound as though the jury gave her the ruling because they just didn't like her and her ego. That's not true. That's not true. That is an untruthful statement about juries. Not Tasha K, but as an untruthful statement about juries. And there's no proof of that. So that is really kind of slander toward the Constitution, right? Like, she's slandering the Constitution. Like, juries do not work like that. Like, it has occurred in a number of cases, right, where individuals of color will get sentenced to these harsh punishments, even though there was enough culpable evidence to prove that they were innocent, right? And then those cases get overturned, they make it their way to the Supreme Court, and blase skip. But what she's trying to say is, oh, they just did it because it was my ego, and my ego was inflated because I was going through postpartum, which is, sad for her. But the reality of the situation is your team of lawyers that you like to flex on the internet could not prove that what you were doing was not libel and slander. They lost that. And a jury of Tasha K's peers agreed with Cardi B's attorneys. It had nothing to do with her ego, and it had everything to do with the misnomers she was making on that story. She should have dropped it the moment it came into her lap. Unless somebody had produced a pill bottle with Cardi B's name on it, Bella Kiss, whatever her name is, her name on it, with an image from Walgreens that says she is taking this medication is directly tied to an STI, then that is the only reason she should have produced that story. She should have never produced that story without that kind of evidence. She never had that evidence. And she's gaslighting her audience and the audience of Tony the Closer, trying to get them to say, oh, she did have the evidence, but it was her ego that got in the way. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't your ego. All you had to do was prove that Cardi B had an STI, and you failed to provide that evidence to a jury of your own peers. Stop capping. We live in the realm of reality over here. Okay? We live in the realm of reality. Let me get some of your comments, you guys. This is from Donica says, it had everything to do with the evidence. I think she truly believes that she did nothing wrong. Yeah, because she's gaslighting herself at this point. This from Desiree. Desiree says, On an attorney YouTube TikTok, he called Tasha K the victim because her lawyer represented her so poorly. I honestly think it might be a strategy to say later that she had poor representation. Interesting. Can you send me that video? I would like to watch that. And thank you for that anecdote. I would like to see what an attorney stated about her case. Thank you. This from Marcia says, Cardi gave that lady too many chances, but she still wanted to go to trial. This is from Toilet Tisha says, no, Tasha, it was evidence in her testimony and the jury didn't know her. Yeah, I would like to see what that attorney said. I would like to see what that attorney said. Interesting. She could have had poor representation. That's not uncommon. It's not uncommon. And it's not that Cardi B had a better attorney because Cardi B has more money, but sometimes it's a fact of the matter that some attorneys are not prepared for trial. Like Cardi B could have hired a seasoned trial attorney who's done like 25,000 cases in trial in front of a judge. And Tasha K could have had an attorney who's also seasoned, but maybe not trial seasoned. Do you understand what I mean? So I don't want to say it's like, I like that statement that Desiree said that there is an attorney who said that she had poor representation. I'd like to see that, because if she did have poor representation, then Tasha K might be on to something. And she might be on to something. A lot of people did state the same thing about Casey Anthony. Casey Anthony had an incredible attorney, Jose Baez, if you remember him, and he put on a stellar performance for the defense. He did. Everyone stated that the district attorneys in Florida failed because they had poor representation. Honestly, Kaylee Anthony, the little 5-year-old girl that was brutally killed, the state was supposed to represent her, and they did a terrible job. They did. So I would like to see that. That's a very interesting take. This from Veronica says, meds are more than one thing. Just because someone is talking about pills regularly recommending for someone doesn't mean that they are a specific illness. You need a doctor's note to be certain. I'm not entirely sure if you're talking to me, but okay. Tasha K's lawyers are not civil lawyers. Interesting. I want to see that. This is from a Worthy One. That the legal attorney said that Tasha K's lawyers not being prepared. Yeah. Tasha K's lawyers were criminal lawyers. That's interesting. So let me just hear from you guys. I want to hear your opinions really quickly. Do you think that if Tasha K had civil attorneys instead of criminal, because it wasn't a criminal case. Tasha K said that earlier in this interview, it wasn't criminal. She's right about that. It was civil. So do you think that if she had civil attorneys, she might have won this case? Interesting. That's very interesting. I like your takes on this. Thank you very much. What's up, Tribal? How you doing today? OJ won because the prosecution sucked. Exactly. Exactly. What's up? Rose, all the way from Facebook, says, I think I'm the same type. She allegedly attempted to lie on her supporters. Let me get back into this interview, but I want to hear from you guys. So torts are tricky. They may have had the wrong strategy. Libel and slander, they're the hardest cases to win. They really are. They're really hard cases to win. They're incredibly hard to win. So the fact that Cardi B won, people were like, whoa, how did they win that? How did she win that? You understand what I mean? Like, how did she win that case? Because those are hard to prove, because libel and slander are different for private citizens than they are for public, right? Public figures. So Tasha K is a public figure, and so is Cardi B. The Supreme Court literally says, and you can look this up, this is the case of People versus Larry Flint. It's the most famous Supreme Court case that you'll ever read. Is about Hustler magazine, okay? And they made a movie about it if you don't want to read the Supreme Court case. People versus Larry Flint is the slander and libel case. Larry Flint was going after a bunch of politicians. One of the politicians sued him because they wanted him to take those articles out of his Hustler magazine. Supreme Court says, technically, you are a public figure, which means you have access to the media, which most people don't. You can call up CNN right now, and they will happily take that interview. And because Larry Flint is a media company, right, and he was producing caricatures, cartoons, which are satirical in nature, you can combat his articles in Hustler magazine by simply calling up the media and correcting the stories. So Larry Flint ended up winning that case, right? Because he proved that it was just a satirical cartoon. And the Supreme Court had ruled that public figures are a very different breed of individuals than the rest of us, private citizens. I'm a little bit different because I do have access to the media, but you guys wouldn't. So if I were to slander you guys across the internet, I could end up with a libel suit because me and you do not have the same mechanism to get the story out. Like, you can't correct my lies because you don't have access to media like I do, right? I have a television network. So, yeah, but this is a different case because they're both public figures. Interesting. Very, very interesting. This is a very interesting story. And that's why we're doing this. Okay. We're doing on November 21st on Nosy Bystanders TV. We're going to be doing a full docuseries on the rise and fall of Tasha K. Let me get some of your comments. This is from Ashlyn. Ashlyn says the lead attorney said something about this for sure. Maybe she could pay less if she had civil attorneys. I would love for you guys to send me that video. If you find it, please send it to Nosy Bystanders. You can send it to us on Instagram at Nosy Bystanders, or you can email us, and I'll put my email up in the here too as well, so you guys have it. Yes, email us anytime. Send that email to us there. I'd appreciate that. This is our email. I'll leave it up for you guys. Let me get to one more of your comments, and then I want to get back into this video. This is from Call Me Darling, says she needed libel lawyers. Tasha's lawyers were well aware they shouldn't have taken the case, and they took it only because it was against a mega superstar. Because I think that if they thought, hey, if we win this, we can actually countersue Cardi B and make a pretty penny, then they ended up losing. Larry Reid recommended them. How do you know that? Ooh. Interesting. Interesting. Let's get back to the video.
You know, when you open up a trial and the first thing you got is Tasha K, and I'm not like this on my platform. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not like this at all, but I got pushed. It worked. You know, I'm fuck you, bitch. Da, 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 you know what I'm saying? That's not who I am. And I was out of character. I was truly out of character, right? So the biggest mistake that I made was allowing myself to get out of character. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like during this, you know, some of this process.
Mhm.
But and that was probably my biggest lesson, is that ego. Because everybody has an ego.
Right.
And when that ego starts to talk to you, like, fuck this, you gonna let these motherfuckers just play you like that? You know what I'm saying? And you got the other side, chill down, stand down, it ain't worth it, ignore it. Then that rage builds up in you. And I suffered during my postpartum from something called hyperthyroidism, right? So hyperthyroidism makes your system go into overdrive. Not that this is an excuse, right?
Sure.
It's not. It's just things that I deem, as I laugh about now, were way more important during this time because I was unmedicated, because I was breastfeeding and they couldn't give me thyroid medication while I was breastfeeding because I breastfed my son for 3 years. And so I'm angry about stuff that necessarily wouldn't even make me angry. And I'm going the fuck in, you know? And it'd be like late at night when I couldn't sleep. When we got postpartum, you can't sleep, you know?
Mhm.
And so doing a lot of inflammatory videos that were not in line with my brand, that were not in line with who I am as a person, that were not in line with just being a human altogether.
I kind of want to stop her there because I feel like toward the end of this, she's kind of redeeming herself, right? I feel like she really is redeeming herself, saying that I was out of character. And I agree with that. I think she was definitely out of character because a lot of the stuff that she was doing was unexplained. Like, you couldn't explain it. Like, why is she so gung-ho about this? But hormone imbalance is real. It's not fake. Okay. As much as we like to sit here and shit on Tasha K, it's real. Hormone imbalance is definitely real. So her saying that, I recognize that currently now that she's like postpartum, right? She's after the baby has been out of her body and she's done breastfeeding. She's probably being medicated for her hypothyroidism. Then it does make sense that now she's been able to sit back and reflect, like, what was I doing? Regardless of if she had a bad legal team or not, right? She is recognizing that, hey, I made some missteps in this story. She's at the beginning, she tried to play it off like, oh, this was a media spin. This was a PR moment. It was not a PR moment. But here in this very instance, where I take a glimpse of it because it's important, this is how Tasha K has really been reflective of her actions. And this is real. This is very real. And I believe her. I believe her 1000% that it was a mistake to allow my emotions to get the better part of me. But she would not have been able to recognize that until after she had seen a doctor and after she had been medicated. And she said she journals, which I do believe. And after she had successfully been able to journal for the better part of 3 years and be like, what was I thinking? That's real. This moment right here of her self-reflection is real. Is very much real.
And they were used against me. Rightfully so. Right. Yeah, that's probably the biggest thing. So now, of course I'm medicated, but even if I wasn't medicated, like there's other measures that I've taken in order to not see what's going on, which is I don't even have social media on my phone.
Wow.
So no phones, no nothing. Everything gets sent to me by the people that work for me. And that's what I focus on. So if I'm not.
Okay, here comes the lie. We know it's a lie. We do, because she just stated in the first half of the video, people were trying to ask her about how did you go live with Nicki Minaj? According to her own statements, she said, I was on Instagram Live. And my assistant, who was also logged into my account, and that's true because I have 2 iPhones myself. So you can be logged into Instagram on 2 devices. So that's true. She was also on there. She was in Nicki Minaj's chat under my account and said, hey, Nicki. And Nicki said, hey, join the live and sent a request. And then while she was live on Instagram personally herself, she got the request from Nicki Minaj. And that's how she joined up. So don't lie, Tasha. Come on, be for real. Okay. This is from Passion. Passion says she went too far. Ain't no thyroid problem. She just, y'all don't say that. That's real. That's real. That's real. Okay. That's definitely real. But this whole thing that she's not on social media, now that's a lie. Okay. And that's a lie from the pit of hell. Okay. Well, it's a misnomer. Okay. It's not a lie because I can't prove a lie. It's a misnomer. So my apologies. Let me correct myself.
Getting alerts.
So that's how you don't read comments. That's the new
I
hack.
do not have.
Take the damn app off.
Don't have the app on my phone. Facebook. I do Facebook a lot because I sell a lot through Facebook Marketplace.
Okay.
So, if I have furniture in the house that I'm, redoing or whatever, I love to do that. It's like I love to decorate.
You have a yard sale on Facebook.
Yeah, pretty much. So, like, I told you, like, them shoes you saw the stickers on.
You can put them bitches back on Facebook.
I put it back up, Look, and you know who else did that? That made me feel so good because people would be like, "Oh, you broke you this, whatever." Chris Brown when he had that yard sale.
Mm-hmm.
Because he could have easily gave all that shit away. But he was like, fuck no, I spent millions of dollars on these fucking clothes and shit. I'm going to sell this shit. So that I believe in always just recycling or, even giving away. Like I had a single mom today come pick up a lot of stuff, for free. It's just like, you giving me this? I'm like, yeah, take it. So I want to sell it. Wilco's called me. She did. She, what I'm saying? She actually has Steve Wilco's call. They was like, hi, we're with the Steve Wilco show, and your mom gave us a call. I said, what? Why she ain't just called me? I would have put her on my motherfucking show. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going on y'all show. No. Tell Ayanna to call me. I'll go. I hate that word, fans. Viewers. Because one day they could be a viewer, next day they can't. You know what I'm saying? So I call it.
I'm just trying to fast forward through some of this because a lot of it seems like fluff. Okay.
Everybody viewers. But I had told him, and it was so huge. And it was just like, but I could not, the source got scared. And I was just like, I can't put this out without you.
I kind of, the crazy part is like when I got into that beef with Jay, I ended up having like, all these receipts coming to me from all different type of people. I started calling them out. I felt like I was a private eye for a minute because I had like the baby moms and the ex-wives. I was on some shit. I was niggas.
Why you ain't pass it to me?
Oh, I can give it to you still. I got it. Oh, and it's
Next
good.
time, look, you got anything out there like that, you give it to me.
So, but you know the crazy part, I didn't even I didn't know your platform at that time.
Yeah.
It just so happened that like
am I too loud? Because
nah,
I
you good.
yell a lot.
Nah, you good.
Sure it's not bleeding? The sound not bleeding?
No, you good.
Okay, cool.
But us have like the way you got, and I asked you because you guys both captivate audiences that is really intriguing to me. It's different ways, but like there's this like love-hate type shit. There's people that love you, people that hate you, but they all tune in, whether they hate you, whether they love you. And that's what I see in Charleston, where people, you know, you see people in the comments and saying, hey, I'm gonna murder you, I'm gonna kill you, blah, 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 blah. And you see people saying they support what they're doing. You see, like, so you see all the different
but
layers.
it's the haters that keep them going though. It's not the people that love you. The people that love you, they're gonna consistently pay you.
Now that's cap because again, more cap. People don't, it's not, let's just get back to the interview. Let's just get back to it. We're almost done. I'm going to just fast forward because they're talking about Charleston White, and I don't care for that because I don't know that guy.
On TV no more? You tuned in to Channel 2 to watch the talk show?
No, I mean, but they still be on shit.
They still be on for the old white people.
Somebody watching the motherfuckers.
They still be on for the old people sitting in their house paying their bills by check.
By check.
By check. You know, motherfuckers still write out the check.
No, I know you're supposed to watch it off. I know the rules of the game, but like something about me.
Tasha K.
Something about me is like, man, I never been in the booty sex. But what I think should be a crime is this trans shit.
What? When she get in the room, she said she never. It's not like I'm going back to August 21. I was doing this, but you have to understand how many women are being affected by this. Mm-hmm. Like girls, young girls. I remember when I used to visit Spelman yesterday. We sit here laughing about this shit because how you didn't know it was a man and we had sex. You went an asshole, nigga. You know you went into
Mama in the last 5 days has canceled Kanye.
He'll be back.
Everybody from Adidas to even I seen Cherie.
It's compartmentalized outrage.
Did you see Cherie?
She by Cherie has canceled Kanye. Yeah, it's fake outrage. It's no more than buck breaking. Out. Constantly saying Black Lives Matter is a scam. Constantly saying this woman is better than this woman. Is that really a preference? Because it sounds like you want the black woman or you want it to happen. How he died though. It was funny.
But they celebrated his death.
Because he to the goddamn paramedics get there to do what you know how to do.
He said, who was more shorty?
Why you can't keep?
If they got one of those, they got extra flavor in their
exactly. Shit, I got a baby. I got 2 babies. Baby wipes don't wipe the smell away.
What pissed you off? Because when you start grinding a nigga up like you be doing, like he did something that triggered you. What was it? Because I remember you had that.
Trigger me. No, not trigger me by act.
I remember the interview where you had the girls that he flew into like New York or something like that. I remember that interview.
And his car declined. And he gonna pull up at the dealership. He gonna have somebody drive a fucking Land Rover up. I bet you can't buy one of these, which I don't want to. What you mean I can't buy one? I don't want to. That's another guy. It ain't like you dropping cash on it, nigga. If you was dropping cash on it, they would have delivered it to your house. You wouldn't have had to pick it up at the dealer. That part. So that's how I know you ain't pay for it cash. Cash, you get delivery off the truck to your house.
Tasha is on some shit right here, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just instigating this shit. But when you got a nigga like me in your presence, bitch, you shut the fuck up.
It just sounds like a lot more rambling. I'm sorry. Let me get to the comments because it just seems like the rest of the interview is just rambling. This from Ada Cole says it got real phobic, ain't it? It did. It got real. I skimmed past that because that got real transphobic. I don't like that. I don't support transphobia. I'm wearing my little pride shirt today from Nautica. Shout out to Nautica. Also, my aunt, who I'm literally named after, okay, is trans, okay, and I'm in almost in my 40s, so I was named after my trans aunt, okay, so I'm not a big fan of people being transphobic. That's a no-no. Don't do that. Use Tasha's Yada says, how is she talking about somebody being canceled when she's canceled? I don't think she, because this is the end of the interview. So let me just close this out and let's, because this is it. There was not much else into this Tasha K saga. Let me give my closing thoughts here about Tasha K. I don't, and this is a great question here, Yada. I don't think Tasha K realizes she's been canceled. I don't think she realized that. I don't. Honestly, I think that she thinks she's riding the horse, riding a high hog, right? She's riding the hog high, if you will. I don't think she realizes that, like, that she's been canceled. I think that she thinks that I think that she thinks that her everything is peachy key. And it's not peachy key. She really did she fumbled a very big bag. And I'm not talking about the $4 million she owes Cardi B. She fumbled a very, 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 very big bag. Incredibly big. I've never seen a bag so big in my whole life. Um, and man, it's it's kind of sad to watch. It's very dystopian to watch somebody fumble something so big and like and it's just cascading in delusion. But we're very much like we very much can see through the BS. We're not stupid. Most of the people in the comment section analyze stuff way better than I can. Um, and you guys know, you see it for yourself. I don't got to tell y'all nothing. Y'all knew everything. A lot of y'all said that you used to watch Tasha K religiously. I did too. Um, until she got into that big beef with Lovely T, and I didn't like that. I was like, "Oh, I'm not into this. I like just celebrity gossip. I'm not into watching two black women duke it out. I just it's just tasteless to me." So a lot of you did, and you've seen her fall from the very beginning. You saw her fall from the very beginning. She fell hard and fast, and it's really sad to watch. Um, because Tasha K should be sitting down and being interviewed by Anderson Cooper, by um the guy from Bravo, whatever his name is. She should be sitting down being interviewed by Wendy Williams. She should be interviewed by Oprah. She should be getting Gayle King interviews. Tasha K is really a rags to riches story that is so incredible to watch. Watching a black woman build an entire empire by herself. That's something to be revered, and it's something to praise, and she should have had all the flowers. So it's not like I'm over here hating on Tasha K. I'm sad for Tasha K because she deserves all her flowers, and she let her, and I do believe her. I do believe postpartum had a lot to do with it, because when she was coming after Cardi B, she was very much pregnant. I remember that. And she let that get to her, and just chasing that high of getting videos with 10, 15, 20 million views. That's a drug people chase. And then it just fell flat. And so it's really sad, and then like what you guys were saying in the comments, her having a really bad legal team, and then having the legal eagles, kind of weigh in like, this was a bad legal defense strategy. And so it was just like misnomer after misnomer after misnomer, right? Like, you rode the hog high, you got several cease and desist, you ignored them, and then you got a legal team, but not a good one, right? And then you ended up with a $4 million debt, and now she's trying to appeal it into the higher circuit courts, and it may just get dismissed, and she's going to be stuck with it. You know what I mean? So, and Cardi B is like, according to most of the press, she's coming after everything. She wants everything. She doesn't care. She wants every dime. And most people who win libel suits don't even try to go after it. They're just like, I just want to win this for, ish and giggles. but Cardi B is like fighting tooth and nail to get every dime. So it's really sad. It's just a sad thing to watch. But on November 21st, for a lot of people who don't know all those details, or a lot of people just want the whole story to come together on our Roku network, if you don't have a Roku device, that's okay. We have a link in the bio because the Roku gives us a website. You can go directly to the website. And on November 21st, we're going to be airing The Rise and Fall of Tasha K on the Nosy Bystanders TV. So it's going to be a free episode. You're not going to have to pay for it. Just come in, register, and watch. It's going to be really good. It's going to be all those details. So while we prepare for this episode, any information that you have that you think is going to be pertinent to telling this story of Tasha K, send it to us. And you can send it directly to our email address on Instagram or here at the Nosy Bystanders, Stephanie at nosybystanders.com. That's my personal email. Send it to us. We'll take all your tips in so we can prepare to send this out to edit and have it ready for you guys on November 21st. Because Tasha K's, whether you like her or not, her story is incredibly sad. It is. It's really sad. It is. It's very sad to watch. Watching that interview was hard to watch. It was hard to watch. Let me get some of your comments. This is from Blackness says, sounds like you're backpedaling. Sounds like I'm backpedaling. Backpedaling on what? Could you be a little more specific? Summer 150 said Tasha K's downfall was from alcohol and alcoholism. Ooh, you think so? This from Kane says, I don't think the judgment will even review her appeal unless she puts up a bond of the amount of 3.8 million. You think so? This is from Missy. Tasha K is still letting her ego lead her astray. Do you think so? I know I'm just asking a lot of questions. Like, honestly, I want to hear your opinions. E. Ortiz says, so she started going after Cardi B while she was pregnant. Where's the postpartum? I think after she had her son or daughter, I don't know what Tasha K had. That's what kind of like galvanized this. I think it started very much early into her pregnancy and then thereafter, after her pregnancy. Possibly. Yada says, do you think rubbing elbows with Nicki made her head big? Possibly. I don't know. I don't really know the dynamics of Tasha K's relationship with Nicki Minaj. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I don't know the dynamics of her relationship with her, so I couldn't tell you if their relationship got in the way of her being a blogger. I honestly don't know. I don't know. I don't know. This from Mrs. Jackson says, can't keep blaming her behavior on hormones. I know you guys, but I'm just trying to cut her a little. I'm trying to be fair. Okay. Honestly, I'm just trying to be fair. That's what I'm really trying to do. I'm just trying to be fair with it. Okay. I'm just trying to give a little bit of nuance to it because I know that hormones do play a role. I'm not saying that they are all of the reason as for Tasha K's behavior. I'm not saying that. What I'm simply stating is that hormones definitely played a role in Tasha K's behavior. You understand what I mean? That's what I'm trying to say. I think the hormones definitely played a role in her behavior. That's it. You said the interview was terrible. Yes, Kenny, the interview was indeed terrible. This is from Marsha. Marsha says, it's funny because Cardi was also pregnant when Tasha K was harassing her. Wow. I didn't realize that. I honestly didn't realize that at all. I didn't realize Cardi B was pregnant at the time either. But we're putting the story together now so we can create that docuseries. That's why we're going to kind of lean on to you guys infallibly to give us that information so we can really piece the story together properly. This is from Tammy says, hormones. So do women in menopause get a pass? I think so, because they're low in estrogen. This is from Maria. It says, postpartum depression is more than hormones and behaviors, definitely altered by it. Agreed. I agree. But you guys, that's all I have for you. I'm your host, Chief Nosy Bystander. Tomorrow, we're going to get into the live stream with Brianna because Brianna had a lot to say about the naysayers talking about her. Okay. Brianna had a lot to say about us naysayers saying something about her, honey. And I want to get into that because she says she's sending out cease and desist letters. So tomorrow we're going to be talking a little bit more about Brianna, about Mr. LaTruth in the comment section of those videos, and basically analyzing everything that's going on with them and keeping up. I also wanted to cover a story as well about, and I posted it on our Twitter page, the Nosy Bystanders Twitter account. And we're going to also get into the details of this story here. And I'll pull it up for you guys to see. We're going to go over the details of it so you guys can see that. The story was brought to you by somebody on on TikTok who wanted to discuss these details. And let me pull it up for you. I apologize. I'm a little behind the curve. So we're going to be getting into this story. It's about a girl who was accosted by a Lyft driver. And she's led to believe that he was trying to drug her and was continuously spraying a number of things in the car while she was in the backseat driving. She ended up rolling out of the vehicle and hurting herself pretty badly. So we're going to get into the details of this story tomorrow, as well as an update on the LaTruths. So check this story out, read into it. Don't read too much. We're going to get into it, and we're going to be discussing this story about this Lyft driver who accosted allegedly one of his share riders. The story's going pretty viral on Instagram, and I wanted to talk about it. So that's all I have for you guys today. I'm your host, Chief Nosy Bystander. Thank you again. Please sign up for the Roku channel. It's free. Okay. November 21st, the Rise and Fall of Tasha K. And we'll be back tomorrow, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. And then meet us for the after show on TikTok. Because that's where we kiki. I talk to you guys later. Okay. Bye-bye.